Federal government issues fresh travel advisory for passengers arriving in Nigeria from countries with high incidence and fatality rate of COVID-19. Nigerian workers celebrate Workers' Day, focus on social economic crisis, challenges for jobs arising from COVID-19 pandemic. And on the program today, Searchlight is on COVID-19 and the Nigerian workforce, issues of redundancies, numbers, and welfare post-pandemic era. A very good afternoon to you. You are on to Panorama from the Benin Network Center. I'm Ogochkuka Ona. The Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 has announced some measures taken to protect Nigeria from the deadly variant of COVID-19. A statement from the chairman of the committee and secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, says after risk assessment, an interim travel advisory has been issued on passengers and airlines from India, Turkey, and Brazil as precautionary measures to minimize the risk of a surge in COVID-19 cases in Nigeria. They are reduction of the validity period of pre-boarding COVID-19 PCR tests for all Nigeria-bound passengers from 96 hours to 72 hours. Henceforth, PCR test results older than 72 hours before departure shall not be accepted from these countries. Any person who has visited Brazil, India, or Turkey within 14 days preceding travel to Nigeria shall be denied entry into Nigeria. This, however, does not apply to passengers who transited through these countries. Airlines and passengers who fail to comply with the regulations shall mandatorily pay a penalty of $3,500 for each defaulting passenger. Non-Nigerians will be denied entry and returned to the country of embarkation at cost to the airline. Nigerians and those with permanent resident permits shall undergo 7 days of mandatory quarantine in a government-approved facility at the point of entry city and at cost to the passenger. Other measures announced by the committee include passengers taking COVID-19 PCR tests within 24 hours of arrival. If positive, the passenger shall be admitted within government-approved treatment center in line with national treatment protocols. If negative, the passenger shall continue to remain in quarantine and made to undergo a repeat PCR test on day 7 of their quarantine. While expressing Nigeria's commitments on unflinching support and solidarity with all countries to stop the pandemic, efforts to safeguard the health of the Nigerian population, as well as to minimize the risk of a surge in the number of COVID-19 cases in the country, necessitated the measures. The statement urged Nigerians to continue to observe non-pharmaceutical protocols to help the virus away from them. In the meantime, Nigeria has recorded 43 new cases of COVID-19 infection. The latest figure, according to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, was recorded from 7 states, with Lagos having the highest number of new infections of 28 new cases. FCT and Rivers State recorded 4 cases each. Ekiti, Ogun, and Kaduna also have 2 cases each, while Bauchi State recorded 1 new infection. With this latest figure, Nigeria now has a total of 165,153 confirmed cases of COVID-19. The total number of discharged patients now stands at 155,109, while 2,063 deaths have been recorded so far. And to other matters now, custodian centers in Nigeria must be made inviolable. The Minister of Interior, Ralph Arabushola, gave the charge during a meeting with squadron leaders in Abuja on the spate of jailbreaks across the country. Victor Azo reports that the minister vowed to hold them accountable.
These are squadron commanders of Nigeria's correctional centers. They head the armed squads responsible for providing security in custodial centers nationwide. This summon by the minister is on account of recent jailbreaks across the nation, which Acting Controller General John Mraburi admits has become worrisome.
The jailbreaks and attacks on our facilities is becoming alarming. Consequently, I decided to invite the officers to interact with the Honorable Minister on the way forward on how to curb future occurrences.
It's a situation that the minister wants confined to the past. Custodial centers have become red zones, he says.
The weapons you carry and the instruments you have are to be lawfully deployed for maximum effect in protecting the facilities and people within. Anyone or group of persons that decides to attack them should live to regret it.
Recall that there have been jailbreaks in Benin and Owerri, with unsuccessful attempts in Kano and Lagos in recent times. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
To be flipping the same page on workers deserving of improved welfare packages. This was the position of labor leaders and government officials at the 2021 Workers' Day celebration in Abuja. Thomas Obetere reports.
To the one before the COVID-19 pandemic, the 2021 Workers' Day celebration was marked low-key, while still featuring the traditional march past. Some who spoke with NTA crew say there is need for a harmonious relationship and understanding between government at all levels and the different unions geared towards ensuring improved welfare for workers. They also used the opportunity to call for a drastic action towards tackling the problem of insecurity bedeviling the nation.
Security is a collective task. We reiterate our call for improved social protection and investment in social services to deal with human insecurity.
When we come together like this, we try to look at issues and then see how conditions of service can be improved upon, how we can also collaborate with government to ensure that the economy is doing very well.
If you don't pay the worker, and then the other businesses, other collateral effects of on other businesses begin to amplify, it simply means that so many people will be out of job.
President Muhammadu Buhari, who was represented at the occasion by the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, assured Nigerian workers of government's unwavering support.
And workers in turn have utilized the key instrument of social dialogue to unlock workplace cohesion and cooperation by reaching social pact with their employers.
The consensus will be for workers and government to look for harmonious ways to resolving issues before they get to the level of industrial action. The theme of this year's workers' celebration is COVID-19, social and economic crisis, challenges for decent work, social protection, and people's welfare. In Abuja, Thomas Ogbetere, NTA News.
Similarly, the imperative to step up the productivity of workers and generate ideas which will unleash rapid development in Edo State were among the highlights of this year's May Day celebration in Benin. Adubejo Jegba completes the report.
Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, venue of the event, played host to workers under the umbrella of different unions. Labor leaders who reeled out successes recorded under the Governor Godwin Obaseki-led administration to include reconstruction of the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, the renovation of the State Secretariat with 24-hour electricity, as well as the silent, massive infrastructural revolution across the state. Payment of workers' salary, despite the lean economic resources amidst COVID-19, is commendable. They, however, urged the state government to upscale the tempo.
When the righteous rule, the people rejoice.
I wish to use this opportunity to appreciate your support and tireless effort in repositioning Edo State. The construction of befitting workers' secretariat, technical college, industrial court, Osioma power plant project, and the massive construction of roads across the length and breadth of the state. Reconstruction and remodeling of Edo State School of Nursing and Midwifery is a dream come true.
The governor used the celebration to commend Labour for its tenacity and dogged fight for the welfare of its members.
I however acknowledge with gratitude the support
which the unions gave us in our fight against coronavirus.
Highlight of the occasion, the march past by labor leaders, with the governor taking the salute. But beyond requests and celebrations, members look forward to a more representative labor.
The significance of this day is for we workers to celebrate ourselves.
We are really happy to be here today. Without the workers, the economy of any state or a nation will not be perfect.
We expect the best, and hope that things will come out from this.
This year's celebration was observed with COVID-19 protocols, unlike last year, which passed unmarked. In Benin, Adubaji Ojegba, NTA News.
And still on the workers' day celebration, the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin has been enthusiastically involved in the celebration of Workers' Day. In particular, it has blessed the work tools of workers in Edo State and Nigeria at large. Eugenia Ndubisi has details.
The blessing of the working tools, which held at the St. Joseph's Catholic Church, also coincided with the feast of St. Joseph the Worker, which is celebrated every May 1st in commemoration of St. Joseph, the patron saint.
That they will always be exercised for your honor and glory. Father, we ask this grace through our Lord, now and forever. Amen.
In a homily, Reverend Father Uja Gabriel Ejembi, who preached on the topic Agape, charged workers to emulate the life of St. Joseph the Worker, who was selfless and never expected anything in return in the course of his service to God. He urged them to shun tribalism and sentiments of division in their places of work.
Agape is to love unconditionally, is to love sacrificially as God loves us. Agape is not about what I plan or I will get, but rather I ought to give.
I think it's a day for gratitude, but it's also an opportunity for us as Jesuits to sit back and evaluate what we have been doing.
Pope Pius XII created 1st of May every year as Joseph the Worker Day. In Benin, Eugenia Ndubisi, NTA News.
Nigerian workers are among the hardest hit by the outbreak of coronavirus, which altered the normal work routine, thereby impacting seriously on labor, employment, and productivity. In this report, Jude Abugu takes a look at how Nigerian workers initially responded to the new normal brought about by the pandemic and its overall impact on employees' productivity.
Reduction in number of employees at work and forced absenteeism, as well as compulsory use of face masks and other non-pharmaceutical COVID-19 interventions, were some of the initial steps taken by government to safeguard the lives of people at work against the dreaded coronavirus. These government's guidelines, with all their good intents, were, however, received by Nigerian workers with mixed feelings.
Some of us, they pack out when there was no customer coming. Some did not come back now to do tailor work because of that COVID-19.
When you're out of your schedule or your official assignment, you know yourself. But the moment everybody came back, we're happy.
Having the government give out guidelines and we're able to follow it up and sometimes give palliative. That gives us, strengthen us to able to cope in most cases.
Although duties did not fail, but it was more challenging having few personnel to do the job.
When one person comes to a duty, so you cannot expect that person to do the work of 3 or 4 persons. So definitely it affects us.
It was a big challenge for us workers, particularly in the front line. We broadcasters, by our job, are exposed to people because we do social work. And it actually affected our productivity. It affected a lot of things.
With the new approach to work adopted by most organizations, such as work from home, remote and virtual works and meetings, the coronavirus pandemic, respondents agree, may have brought a new perspective to future of work, which has come to stay, both in public and private sectors. In Benin, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
We're taking a break at this point, and the news continues shortly. Please stay. The Catholic Diocese of Benin have benefited from the SMART project, a sustainable measure against trafficking in persons, a justice, development, and peace center initiative. The empowerment, worth millions of naira, is to commemorate the 10th Episcopal installation anniversary of the Archbishop, His Grace Augustine Akubeze. Adubejo Jegba reports that the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu, mentored the beneficiaries.
Items presented to the beneficiaries include hair dryers, washing hand basin, 2.5 kVA generators, tables and chairs, tools, cosmetics packs, ring lights, sewing machines, and other ancillaries needed to set artisans up in their trade. The Deputy Governor, Philip Shaibu, whose admonition to the beneficiaries was basically to mentor, urged them to take the skills acquired seriously and use the advantage to secure a basic position in their lives and future development.
This program, we are happy because your template has become the standard.
The Archbishop of the Diocese, His Grace Augustine Akubeze, was represented by the Chancellor of the Diocese, Very Reverend Father Michael Oyanofo. He says no less than 30 persons from 3 local government areas were trained in various trades to make them self-reliant.
The Catholic Church has decided to take the initiative today of empowering people. This was the closing ceremony of just 30 people because we have seen in history that many Nigerians have been trafficked. We have seen in history that many Nigerians have been deceived.
When we started the project, it was like a mirage because we were not sure where we were heading. Persons were not ready to listen to us. But today, we are seeing the success of it.
To live a more meaningful life by engaging persons in vocational skills training out of schools youth, and also supporting students in school with levies, school bags, school uniform, sandals to also improve on their well-being in attending school and to do school retainership, all to reduce the menace of human trafficking.
High point was the presentation of starter packs, 10,000 naira cash, and a 6-month house rent to the beneficiaries by the Deputy Governor. The beneficiaries are happy.
I feel very happy, very grateful for this privilege given to me.
Actually, I'm so very grateful in all those things that Catholic Church is helping out.
The Smart P project started in 2018 with the aim of campaigning against trafficking and irregular migration. In Benin, Adogbeji Ojegba, NTA News.
The high cost of fish in Benin, Edo State, is provoking more reaction from traders and consumers. They are concerned that it could have far-reaching effects if not checked. Oduakobong Achibong has a report on the prevailing situation 3 days after a protest was staged by fish sellers in the state.
2 days after the protest by fish sellers against continuous increase in the prices of fish, the situation at New Benin Market remains normal. But things are different for fish business. Volume of fish seems limited, and the Skumbia brand is the more adversely affected. For traders who have it to sell, it is no more business as usual. They lament that a carton of the fish is now purchased at between 33 and 38,000 naira, as compared to the initial price of below 20,000 naira. This in turn affects the price at which the consumers purchase.
38,000 a carton. So we don't think so we not reach about 30 pieces inside the carton. So when you are not selling it, you not be the way you will sell it. So either you put it 1,000 or 800. So 35,000 I say buy, we go sell. There be people when they come follow us buy the one that they eat. They go buy 1,000. So if they had for mothers, families to can't even buy the fish to take cook.
If you buy fish, you know they get gain from her. Sometimes you go even buy the fish, people no want buy her. You will buy her, you can't go they eat them again, and it's no good.
For the consumers of fish, they appear to be experiencing a nightmare.
So people then they'll come market and they buy fish. They'll go buy those small burger fish, say make soup for children. It not make sense now.
Imagine the woman when your husband give her 1,000 I may take cook. You go buy one fish 1,000. So the thing get as it be.
While accusing fingers are pointed at owners of cold rooms and market unions, some fish dealers cite other predisposing factors.
Firstly, the fish in question is very scarce. But when it came, it started coming for 32. So we sold for 32. But the price now is now going up. Dollar rate is really affecting it because it's an imported item. Cost of electricity. It's everything. The short. We are even at loss at most of the times.
The people want government to intervene to reverse the trend. In Benin, Odwakobong Achibong, NTA News.
3 armed robbery suspects allegedly behind the perpetration of criminal activities in Edo State are now in the custody of the State Police Command. Goodluck Enaini reports that this information was given by the Police Public Relations Officer, Kotongs Bello.
One of the suspects is arrested in Ekpoma for being in possession of a mobile phone belonging to one Mr. Osabomisile Kingsley, who was robbed of his Toyota Camry car and other valuables. While undergoing interrogation, the suspect fingered one 26-year-old resident of Ida Town in Kogi State as member of the gang that snatched the black-colored Toyota Camry, which was allegedly painted to red color. The police also arrested another member of the gang who allegedly forged documents to sell the stolen car. While investigations were on at the command's premises, the prime suspect cited one of the gang members whom they both carried out the robbery operations. The suspect was already in detention for allegedly robbing a POS joint in Uromi. In a related development, a Lexus Jeep, blue in color, registration number RBC796HN, belonging to Mrs. Messi Imoisile, has been recovered by the police. For the Police Public Relations Officer, Edo State Command, Kontongs Bello, the vehicle which was snatched at gunpoint was intercepted at police checking point in Kwali, FCT, while suspects will appear in court as soon as investigations are concluded. In Benin, Goodluck Enaini, NTA News.
And as Panorama today, remember to stand with NTA against rape and rapists. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.